This is Biblical Bitcoin, and today we'll be discussing why should Christians care about Bitcoin. The reason Christians should care about Bitcoin is because there's a problem. What's the problem? Some background. In Genesis 1, God created the natural order of the universe and called it good. He created the universe by speaking it into existence. Fiat lux, let there be light. Fiat, F-I-A-T, means by decree, or let it be done. There's divine fiat, which comes from God, and then there's carnal fiat, when man tries to play God. Mankind was ordered to have dominion over nature, but not to go against what God created as good, or outside the bounds of what he created as good. An example of divine fiat: male and female, he created them, and he saw that it was good. Carnal fiat would go beyond the bounds of this and say that it's not just male and female. You get the picture. Let's bring this into a financial space now. The natural state of the free market is deflation. As we engineer and innovate, the prices of goods and services over time should come down and become more and more affordable for everyone in the world. This is disrupted by carnal fiat when man arrogantly tries to play God and speak value into existence without putting any effort into it, reaping without sowing. The most pervasive and detrimental form this takes is the increase of the money supply, otherwise known as printing money, also called inflation. A select group of mankind extracts purchasing power from the rest of the population and puts it into their own pockets. This is a form of theft so sneaky and complicated that most people don't even realize it's happening. Let's get back to why Christians should care, besides the obvious, thou shalt not steal. But drawing from the website WTF happened in 1971, there's a lot of reasons Christians should care. Let's take a look at what's happened since we exited the gold standard in 1971 and entered the period of carnal fiat money. Look at the divorce prevalence by age since 1971. Turns out when there's problems with the money, people have money problems. Look at the median age of first marriage, all the way back from 1890 to the present. Gone up significantly since 1971. The number of children per woman, and this is across the world, since 1971, gone from between 4 and 5 to between 2 and 3, closer to 2. The percentage of children born to unwed women exponentially increased across the race spectrum since 1971. Turns out when you manipulate the currency, food companies look for cheaper options. Significant increase in vegetable oil in our food products. Another health indicator would be trends in obesity among children and adolescents aged 2 to 19 years. You'll see 12 to 19-year-olds are now over 20%. We see the share of young adults living with parents rises to levels not seen since the Great Depression era. And what used to take 2 to 3 years of wages to buy a house now takes 7 to 8. There's another way of looking at house prices versus wage increases. It has not kept up. And what happens when people can't afford things or build a life for themselves? Many people turn to crime, to where now almost 1% of the male population in the United States is now in prison. As Christians, we are called to play a role in the world outside of a church building. Mark 16:15, he said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation." Throughout history, Christians have played a huge role in, number one, calling out religious elites, like Martin Luther with his 95 Theses. Number two, the abolition of slavery. For example, Pastor Samuel Hopkins, he led his church to become the first ever recorded organized church to preach against slavery. Lastly, Christians played a huge role in the freedom of speech and religion, like John Locke, who argued that relationship with God should be voluntary and the state should not enforce a particular religion through violence. Maybe it's time that Christians put a flag in the ground and say that the freedom of money is required for humanity to serve God and not money. My ask for you today is if these concepts provided a new or different lens of God's word that resonated with you, then you spend some time understanding Bitcoin a little further. If this sounds crazy and you think I'm full of it, comment why the current system you're serving is better, or if there's another way to store the fruits of your labor that is more honoring to God, because I'm all ears. I look forward to your comments. The best thing you can do to support the channel is like and subscribe, so would appreciate that, and otherwise, until next time on Biblical Bitcoin, God bless.